Well, Facebook was a very unknown media to me because, of course, we all heard of social media, but what does it really mean? So there was a friend who said, "You got some interesting eagle pictures, why don't you share it with a large community to the benefit of everyone?" I thought, that's a nice idea, I'll do that. I didn't think much. On the 10th of June 2012, I did exactly that. We created a Facebook page, put a few images there. And within just a few weeks, the number of likes went up drastically, and so did the number of shares. And that got very, very inspirational for me, because suddenly I felt that I had to produce better and better pictures or images to really keep up the level and the interest of people. Very often, their comments are, "Oh, Christian, this image is the best you've ever done." Now, if someone tells you that, what's the next image going to be? That has to be better again. And that gets that forces you into an incredible creativity. It forces me often when I come home at night, no matter how tired I am, I'll spend hours at the computer looking through archives and seeing and trying to find new ways of looking at images, new ways of cropping an image, turning an eagle's head in a certain way, trying to get it away from the background, taking a certain angle of light that is very, very special. That's the creativity that helps me. So I'm very grateful for that, yes. I think the big inspiration for me was David Hancock. That really triggered it off. David Hancock is an eagle specialist. He's a highly educated and inspirational personality. I met him at the Fraser River Bald Eagle Festival, which is held once a year, mid-November. I remember going there very early in the morning with my camera. I had a small camera at that time, and in front of me was a big, were the big flats, and there were about hundreds of eagles there. And I saw a man standing there looking through the binoculars carefully from left and right, and next to him standing a woman taking notes as he was speaking. And he was shouting all kinds of numbers, mumbling numbers to her, and then looking very, very attentively through the binoculars again. And I came there, and he had a quick look at me, introduced himself as David Hancock, and then went back, took it very seriously. And then I asked him, "Hey, what are you doing?" And he said, "I'm counting eagles." And I said, "Well, how many are there?" He said, "About 7,000 this morning." And I thought, that's impossible, 7,000. Maybe at best I could see a few hundreds, but thousands? Well, that's the experience you have, of course. I mean, he sees many details that we cannot see, and he's very experienced. He can extrapolate figures and do excellent estimates. And a lot of the accuracy we have now in statistics is actually thanks to David Hancock and the way he goes about it. He goes about it in a very, very systematic way, which I like. He has installed cameras on several nests, and he has made eagles available to the wider public. They can see it all over the world now through the webcams. Well, one of the most interesting people, of course, if you come to the local or regional area of bald eagles, is Bob Palmer. Now, Bob Palmer lives in Campbell River, which is on Vancouver Island. So he is really in eagle paradise there. And he's very, very well known on Vancouver Island and also parts of Vancouver for his incredibly sharp, beautiful eagle photography. I knew about Bob Palmer's images long before I started, and I admired his technique very much. He's very well known among birders and also the wider community. And when I started on Facebook, he got interested too, so I actually for once could teach something to him, you know, how to set up a page. We taught him that, how to set up a page on Facebook, and he got there, and his popularity, of course, rose accordingly. Well, there's one individual you absolutely have to meet, and he's called Jack Molan. Jack Molan is really special. He's a captain of a fisher boat in the Aleutian Islands. He usually goes out from Dutch Harbor, and he must have the biggest studio for eagles in the world. What do I mean by that? On his fishing boat, when there are a lot of fish there, he can turn the boat exactly into the wind the way he wants, into the perfect light, and he'll have eagles land on his fishing boat. He'll put the floodlights on, and he'll have the biggest live eagle studio in the world. And the images that he gets, the density of eagles, the beauty and intensity of them fighting for fish is absolutely amazing. He's a very creative person, and it is an absolute must to look at his images. He already is opening some galleries, and I really wish him the best of luck, because I wish there were more people like him. One of the most interesting people I have met is a person called Christopher Rao. Christopher Rao is on the East Coast, and he is called Mr. Osprey. What is fascinating about Christopher is he is a very, very modest person with an incredible artistic eye for ospreys. He has very simple equipment, and he is an absolute minimalist in achieving excellent results. Look at the level of details he has. He captures the soul of the osprey. He gets ospreys looking straight at you, ospreys flying with fish just above his head in details that I have not seen on any other page before. Oh, Tina Docherty is really interesting. I met her through the Hancock Foundation website and also through Facebook, of course. She's a local in White Rock and knows the area very, very well, especially around Boundary Bay, where we often go. What I learned through Tina is amazing. She's very quiet and incredibly humble, a very genuine personality. She hardly talks, and she has an incredible knowledge about eagles. She studied them for years, ever since she was a child. To go with Tina on certain eagle expeditions is very rewarding, because I can fully concentrate on the camera while she would point out details of eagles that are completely new to me. She has an incredible eye too. She would spot eagles hidden in branches. She can quickly see whether these are resident eagles or foreign eagles. She sees all the differences in tides, the details of the day. So I've learned a lot through her. I definitely have to mention Deb. Deb came about 10 days after I launched Facebook, and she has been so inspirational. Of course, there are many others that have been similar now, and there's been so much help and support I've got through other people. Sometimes there have been certain difficulties, they've helped. But Deb has been incredible, because she put so many beautiful hearts next to my images, and it's nearly become like an addiction. If I don't see Deb's comments, you know, I wonder if she's okay. Well, I want to thank everybody intensely. The number of comments, the dedication you have is so rewarding, and I feel so very humbled by it. I really don't know what to say. I hope that I can deliver the expectations that you have. I don't think I'm particularly good, really, to be honest. I think I photograph what I see. I think I have a long way to go, and please keep visiting my page. And don't be afraid to criticize. I love criticism.